death and protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger. Money over my headstone. Here lies young getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, he already dead. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome since 96. You a shook one, Reeves and know the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my strictly for my survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm in deep cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? They're warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown. This on that quiet storm. T-O-N-Y. Top of New York with a pitchfork.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you, boy.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay will be kicking off. Number 81, the deep return man.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Touchdown!
Tight end's right. Watch tight.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a... He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards.
Good job, D. Good job.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five.
Leopard. Hot.
58. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
That's it, baby.
Over.
51's Mike. Mike's 51.
They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Watch Mike. Outside.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Return 22 yards.
You can't hang with us.
Now let's go!
Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
80's getting the ball here. 80's getting the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
45's the mark.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Check girls, check
He
girls,
couldn't
check girls.
quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Line of scrimmage, again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
No. Check. Patriot.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Gun.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Switch.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319. 319.
Watch the motion. Watch the motion.
Over.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Gun.
Coming. Quick dad.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Leopard.
Chest. Check the.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, this from 48. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
Three down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Gun.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
It's just me and you.
Watch it now, Barney.
Check three.
Detroit.
Alert three.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
36.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Hey, guys.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit!
36. Switch.
Black 99 Philly, here we go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Look at the spin.
Hey, check 24.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Check the backer.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey. We got 4.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Leopard! Leopard!
3 down. Check.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now a handoff looking right. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
In your face.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Atlanta will kick this one off. Number 31, back deep to return.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Tight right. Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
49, check 49, check 49.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Double tight. 3 down.
Right back to him on first down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Deion Jones in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Alert, alert. 3 down.
Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. They'll go with the keeper, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
There's no doubt that 2nd and 1 is a time when teams like to take a big shot downfield and try and pick up a big play. In this case, they're content running just the quarterback sneak and getting exactly what they wanted, a first down.
5 down. Stand up in. Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Number 34 gets the ball.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Watch you now, Barney.
5 down. Stand up in.
They get it to him running left. Fighting him off. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Go. It's run. They run it. Check safety. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the
Detroit!
Hot! 45. Mike, 45. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Hot!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that'll make our score 14-7.
The Buccaneers will be kicking off. Number 81, waiting to return.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken short. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot.
Coleman. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Kill. Hot. Watch you now, Barney. Check. Hot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Falcons send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 27. He won't go down. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Check, 45's the mic. Check, 45's the mic.
Detroit!
Come on, boy!
Detroit!
Be ready. Don't be scared of it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Tighten up.
They'll look to throw here. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Detroit!
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Tampa Bay is lined up for kickoff. Number 81, ready to return.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5 and spins away. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Detroit! Detroit!
45, Mike, 45.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Double tight. Hey, we got 4.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 down.
Gun!
Motion. 50.
Gun!
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
3 down. Hey.
Leopard!
They'll set up to throw. He's got Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
4 down. Check.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Single. I got a single on the slot. Check nickel.
No. Check. Patriot!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again.
That's what I'm talking about.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Got 3 down.
Detroit!
Motion.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a 1st down. It's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the 2nd half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Trying.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Gun!
Yeah, baby.
Set! 319! 319!
58, boys. 58. It's Mike.
He'll look to throw.
Here they come.
Now he'll escape to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he slides to avoid the hit. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Hot! Under 10, 10.
Now a handoff looking right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Gun!
Move.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
He'll drop to throw. Completes it to Benjamin. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup after the penalty. 12 yards, and it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And they'll go on the ground, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
They get it to him running left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, second and 10.
4 down, 4 down. 45.
Detroit!
Check.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a second down.
Double tight. 4 down.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Atlanta will kick this one off. Number 31.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
Three down.
Watch you now, Barney. Watch you now, Barney.
Tight dog.
Check 3.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit!
Check.
Hot!
The mic. Check. 45's the mic.
Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete.
Off the field.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
I'm trying to cut.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. 30, 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
319. 319.
Hold the look. Hold.
Gun.
Back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. Oh, look at that. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now they try the right side here. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Over!
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Detroit!
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm
Over!
Motion.
Here, guys. Mike 51.
Now back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Detroit!
3 down.
Gun!
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
319!
Hey, watch the ball.
Gun! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, baby.
Number 26 gets the call.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Double tight. We got
Watch him now, Barney!
SOS. Check.
Here we go. Check him motion. Check the call.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Coleman. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Come on now.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
That's it, baby.
Coleman now. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. I'm too on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift from a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew up right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh.